Hey guys, Claude here. Alright, welcome to the third lesson in this series from Mastering the Fretboard. Alright, so now what we're going to do, now that you've watched the first two lessons hopefully, and you've done the exercise and you can play all these positions up in all these chord shapes, we're going to double the number of chord shapes now. But it's very important just to go step by step, because if you try to just jump in and learn like too much too quickly, in my experience, what happens is like you don't retain the information. It leaks out of your brain, and then you end up like wasting time, like going back, reviewing it. It's just very inefficient. So yeah, it's really important to just like walk before you can run. Because I've tried it the other way. I've tried to just like learn, like, you know, because I get greedy. I want to learn. I want to improve, right? So, but you know, when I try to do too much too fast, it just like I don't retain it. All right, so I want to talk about this power chord shape for a second. I like it because it's easy to visualize. It's like a block shape. But you could also get this one, which is like, it's the same thing, but instead of the highest note as your octave, you move it back so you get a seventh. And it's a great shape. Like, a lot of cool riffs. You know, this classic, like, cliche, like, this is your like 5th and 7th degree. Same thing here, but down an octave, right? Anyway, I mention that because it's gonna be important later, like how we fit things together. So it's sort of like an alternative. You can play the power chord, or you can play this one. Anyway, what we're gonna do now. Remember, I said there's one shape per each of the degrees as the lowest note. So now we're doubling things. We're going to have two shapes for each of the lowest notes. All right, so the first one, remember we talked about the power chord, but then you could also do this. Okay, this is like your root 3rd, 7th. So when you start looking at the fretboard and visualizing it, you should kind of see these two together. Like, all right? Now, obviously, this one is a richer chord. You have your 3rd and 7th. It's really a true dominant chord voicing. But it goes well with the power chord. It's like a companion chord kind of concept. Like, you could play like that, like the dominant chord first and the power chord, or the power chord first. So I'm getting off on a little bit of a tangent talk. This is like getting into riffs a little bit, but let's just go back to basics here and just talk about the shapes. So those are two different shapes with the root with your C as your lowest note. Okay, next one, we talked about this one. This is, now what you can do is add your pinky here. So instead of like 3rd, 5th root, you have 3rd, 7th root. So again, you can get a lot of riffs just going back and forth. And this is like a concept I call like a compound chord. It's like two chord shapes in one almost. And I talk about that in my book as well. So don't forget to download my book, Mastering the Fretboard, a guide for blues guitarists. Link is in the description. All right. Next one, you got this shape. And again, you can just like take the middle voice here, which is your 7th, and then just like hammer on with your pinky up to your root. So you get this shape. You can finger it like this, or you could... And then this one here is also like this. So there's no convenient way to like kind of do this. I don't think. I guess you could do like no, because okay, yeah. I guess you could do it like theoretically like this, like hammer this on. But that gets a little weird. could do this if you want, I guess. I never thought of this before, but I don't tend to think of that one as a hammer. It's just two separate voicings, but they both have like... so this would be like your 7th, root, 5th, or 7th, 3rd, 5th. It's just good to visualize. This one's good because it just is kind of next to this one a little bit more than this one. This one's a little bit of a jump going here versus... Anyway, so hopefully you get the idea. If you download my ebook, I go over all the shapes in all of the string sets. So I'm not going to like sit here and bore you with going over every single shape. It's probably just easier if you download the ebook. Again, it's completely free. Just trying to put out some good content for you guys. All right, so that's it for now. I guess I should mention one thing that, I did some earlier lessons where I looked at like 12 different voicings per string set, kind of cycling through, and then I did other lessons where I looked at chord scales where we added in like other notes like the 9th and the 6th. This is kind of like hitting the sweet spot. The 4 chords per string set is like the basic core fundamental thing that you should know, and then this is like just like kind of a natural extension of it. Hopefully it's still hitting kind of a sweet spot of not too many chord shapes, but still covering the fretboard. All right, that's it for now, and we'll talk to you in the next lesson.